Good afternoon and welcome. This is our final Battle of the Books battle for elementary schools. My name is Bronwyn McCarthy and I'm the program coordinator for Library Media. And I want to welcome the following schools to our battle today. So with us today we have Midtown Academy, Madeira Beach Fundamental Elementary School, Oldsmar Elementary School, Plum Elementary School, Brooker Creek Elementary School, Elisa Nelson Elementary School, Pasadena Fundamental Elementary School, and Garrison Jones Elementary School. Good luck, everyone, and I hope you have fun with today's game. Our game show host, Mr. Andy Larson, is going to take it from here.
Hey, everybody. So I'm Andy, and I'm the person you blame for all the questions because I read all these books and I wrote all the questions, and this is my dream come true from 1996 to make it as much fun as possible. And the key word there is fun, because what I want all of you to know is I want you to have fun while you're doing this. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose, and I know that's important to all of you, but have fun. That's the key part of this. Now, what's fun for you and what's fun for me might be totally different, because every time I do anything, I try to have as much fun as I possibly can. That's just my theme. My idea of fun for this game is stumping all of you. So that's how I get my kicks. And along that line, I'm just going to tell you a couple things that are going to happen here to determine who wins this game. First of all, there are 14 questions. There are 14 books, one for every book. The first 6 questions, I'm going to defend the answer and model it for the 8 that follow. And for the 8 that follow, I'm going to tell you each team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going to tell you which before we actually play the game, before we actually play the question, I'm going to tell you which question is yours. So you'll know that's one you have to defend. Now, this is really important. It's not critical to winning the game to defend the answer, because there's only 8 questions that you're going to defend. So one question each team, right? Because there's 8 teams. The most important thing that you're going to do here is take your time to figure out the right answer, because I'm such a benevolent game show host, I've given you 3 opportunities with every question to answer it correctly. However, if you get it right the first time, you get all the points, 100 points. If you get it right the second time, you get 50. If you get it right the third, you get 25. If you don't get it right at all, 3 wrong answers, or the clock runs out, you get no points. The most important thing is to get it right the first time. The teams that win these games are the teams that do best at getting it right the first time. That's plain and simple. The person who's sitting in front of the computer and who's typing in the answer, your job is much, much more important than just typing in the answer. Your job is to look to your other teammates for them and their opinions, because 2 heads are better than 1, 3 are better than 2, etc., right? So with that, I'm just going to tell you the most important thing is take your time. You'll have 60 seconds per question, but you'll actually have more like 75, because I read the question and all the answers before I start the clock. So you're going to get about 10 to 15 seconds more. In each question, you're going to know the chapter that you're going to need to go to look through quickly to find the answer. And the answers are not memory questions. They're all how you think together. So with that, I'm going to say good luck. And Midtown Academy, Madeira Beach Fundamental, Oldsmar, Plum, Booker Creek, Eliza Nelson, Pasadena Fundamental, Garrison Jones, good luck. Again, the first 6 questions, I'm going to defend the answer and model for you what I expect when your turn comes up to defend the answer.
Set. Go.
In Chapter 26 of A Field Guide to Getting Lost, page 191, Luis had a different opinion about robots than Sutton. Based on our text, what was Luis's opinion? 1, Luis thought robots could learn. 2, Luis thought robots had feelings. 3, Luis thought robots were only like a computer. 4, Luis thought robots had a conscience. Louise thought robots had feelings, and we know that because at the bottom of page 192 it says, "You need to see for yourself," she said. "It doesn't matter how they feel." She knew they had feelings, but she didn't think it mattered. We have a 7-way tie for first, but that will change. In Triumph of Black Brother, page 227, what does Dante mostly get from Alan as our story ends? 1, ridicule. 2, envy. 3, respect. 4, friendship. The correct answer is respect, and the reason we know that is in the middle of page 228. Here's what the author wrote. He can even dislike me if he wants, but now he has to see me. That's how we know it was respect. Next question. And now we have a 4-way tie for first, but that will change. In chapter 36 of Charlie and Frog, page 230, what tone did the author mostly set at the end of this chapter based on our text? 1, a hopeful tone. 2, a realistic tone. 3, a sad tone. 4, a determined tone. Ten seconds. A hopeful tone. And we know that because it says at the bottom of 238, he needed that power now to ask for what he wanted. Charlie asked to speak to Grandpa Soul in private. And when he did that, he was very hopeful that he would get the okay. Two-way tie for first. A lot of game left. In Weeks Later of Disaster Days, page 283, which of these statements is the most valid based on what we read? 1, Neha played a big part in Hannah's decision-making. 2, Hannah's mom's belief in Hannah aided Hannah during the earthquake. 3, Hannah never doubted she would make it through the earthquake. 4, Neha's friendship was never questioned by Hannah during this ordeal. Neha played a big part in Hannah's decision making, and we know that because when Hannah was being interviewed by Beth, here's what she said. And this is the middle of page 289. I imagined the pep talks she would give me going whenever I started to feel like I couldn't. So those pep talks always gave her a shot. Tight game. In chapter 29 of Following Baxter, page 239, why did Professor Reese most likely have a sparkle in her eyes? 1. Professor Reese was glad they all survived. 2. Professor Reese had a new experiment in mind. 3. Professor Reese was happy about Geordie's newfound confidence. 4. Everyone was ecstatic. They all got to keep Baxter. Professor Reese had a new experiment in mind. And how do we know that? In the middle of page 244, here's what it says. She had a little sparkle in her eyes, like she'd thought up a new experiment and would be needing the help of her lab assistants, which of course she was hoping that they would be. One more example. Midtown Academy is in the lead right now. In the epilogue from the desk of Zoe Washington, there was an excited child who got an old present. What was it? 1, a record player. 2, a dance to accompany the records. 3, all of these are correct. 4, old records to play on the record player. All of these are correct. The way we know that they're all correct is in the middle of, well, actually toward the bottom of page 284, it says, let's plug it in. I don't have any records, I said. I thought of that. I got you a few to start off. And then on 285 toward the bottom it says, yeah, right here, come on. Marcus grabbed my hands and we started dancing to the upbeat music. So all of them are correct. So this next one is Midtown Academies to Defend. In chapter 9 of How to Test a Friendship, page 70, Violet acted a little crazy. What did she do that looked nuts to Pablo and Deepak? 1. Violet tried to ask one of the holograms a question. 2. Violet watched one of the holograms paint a flower. 3. Violet ran right through one of the holograms. 4. Violet sprinted through one of the holograms that had a birthday. Violet ran right through one of the holograms. So Midtown, how do we know that?
So, in the middle, the middle-ish top of page 75, it says, "Out of my way," she said. She ran past Paulo and Disback and straight through the hologram.
Bingo, got it. All these points that I'm going to give you, just so you know, don't show up until the very end when we get the score. So that's just for what it's worth. It's only 25 points, though, so it's not the end of the world. Next question, then, is Madeira Beach, fundamental to defend. Still got a tight game. It's anybody's game. And 3 months later, midnight at the Barclay Hotel, what was the biggest day that got JJ over the reading hump, according to what we read? 1, audiobooks. 2, it was summer now and the pressure was officially off. 3, JJ's parents' assistance. 4, Penny's tutoring. Ten seconds. Audiobooks is the correct answer. How do we know that?
On the top of page 296, it says, "And Miss Chelsea was busy setting up the library, along with an audiobook corner, which was quickly becoming JJ's favorite way to read."
Yeah, and I'm going to give you that because that's also it, but all you had to do was read the next sentence and you had it because it's pretty literal. It says reading was a lot easier when he could listen along to the words. But you got it. So I'll give it to you. And that's an interesting skill that I'm gotten better at because I have to listen to a lot of the 45 books every summer that are award books, and I drive a lot, so I listen, and it's not easy, but you get better. Still a tight game. Oldsmar, this one's yours to defend. What does the final scene in chapter 16, buoyed, page 234, roll with it, mean to most people according to the text? 1, freedom. 2, maturity. 3, independence. 4, all of these are correct. All of these are correct. So you can still get points, Oldsmar. Just give me the statement that proves it.
The answer right.
Proves any one of these, actually. Maturity, independence, or freedom.
We got the answer wrong. We don't have evidence for something we got wrong.
I can't hear a word you're saying, but
We got the answer wrong, so we don't have any proof for it.
Okay, that's fine. But here's where the proof is, and it's one statement that she makes at the very end because it's her mind that you're following at this point. The bottom of 246, it says, "Wherever you want to take me, I think as the waves pull me along." Because throughout this whole story, she grew in all three ways. Plum, this one's yours to defend. Still got a tight game. Based on the text in chapter 34 of the Amelia 6, page 235, which of these statements is the most valid? 1. Cassie turned out to be the most friendly of the Amelia 6. 2. Colin was too embarrassed to show up at the press conference. 3. Amelia's dad and Kate were becoming an item. 4. It was really important for Amelia to send her mom the card. It was really important for Amelia to send her mom the card. So, Plum, how do we know that's the one?
The postcard and stamp I'd bought at Amelia's.
Wait. What page?
Page 244.
Top, bottom, middle.
The top line and paragraph 1. The postcard and stamp I bought at Amelia's birthplace. The postcard had a nice photograph of the home on the front. The grass was green, leaves clung to the trees. I could almost hear birds chirping. Changing seasons were a part of life. I stuck the stamp on the back and skimmed what I had written. Dear Mom, hi, I found your new address in the 99's directory at Amelia Earhart's birthplace. I met your old friend Java. She's great. I also saved someone from choking, stopped a robbery, and got my picture in the newspaper, all with help from my new friends and a rat named Rosie. Maybe someday I can move to Hong Kong and tell you everything in person. But for now, I'm sticking to adventures and books. Dad's waiting on me, so bye. Your daughter, Millie.
Now, I'm going to give you that because you went to so much trouble to read everything but the right part. But all that was part of it. That's true. But if you just went a little bit further, the next is quite literal. Here's what it says. I dropped the card in the mail slot and ran back to meet Kate and Dad. If Mom wanted to reach out to me, she could. But what you just read was spot on too, so I'm going to give it to you. So good job. And actually, I suppose you could all just read the whole book to us and I'd have to give you points. Next question. Still a tight game with 3 of you in the running right now, with 4 questions to go. This one's yours, Brooker Creek. Why at the start of chapter 19 from The Great Pet Heist, page 228, did Walt decide to go her own way? 1, she wasn't a team player. 2, she was way too independent. 3, she was a black cat. 4, she had enough of shelters in her life. She was a black cat. How do we know that, Brooker Creek?
In the about the middle of page 229, it says about that, Walt said, cutting him off, I'm not going to a shelter. I'm a black cat. And black cats don't do well at shelters. The whole
Stop.
unlucky thing.
You got it. Good job. Although I'm sure we'd all like to read the rest of the book, and we probably will, all of us, I'm sure. So let's see where we stand right now. Ooh, still a good game. This next one's yours, Eliza Nelson. In chapter 40 of The Incredibly Dead Pets of Rex Dexter, page 211, what was the author's main purpose for the way she ended our story? 1, it was to illustrate that Rex really liked helping animal spirits. 2, it was to indicate that although he hates the curse, he wants to be needed. 3, it was to demonstrate that Rex is resigned to his fate. 4, it was to show us Rex's life assisting dead animals will continue. It was to show us Rex's life assisting dead animals will continue. How do we know that, Eliza Nelson?
Because according to my dead chicken, there's a dead narwhal.
Wait.
Sorry.
What page you on?
213 at the bottom.
Okay.
It says, because according to my dead chicken, there's a dead narwhal waiting in my beanbag chair, and he probably needs my help.
Yep, and he wasn't going to stop there. He was going to continue. Good job. Neck and neck, Eliza Nelson in Midtown Academy right now. This one's yours, Pasadena Fundamental. In chapter 15 of the Newspaper Club, page 173, what tone did the author mostly create at the very end of this book, given our text? 1, it was a tone of disappointment. 2, it was a tone of anticipation. 3, it was a mysterious tone. 4, it was a positive tone. It was a tone of anticipation. So how do we know that, Pasadena Fundamental?
On page 176, it says at the bottom, the club report was ready for its next assignment.
Yes, that's right. They were ready, and we're going to get another book probably because of that. Good job. So Pasadena Fundamental gets 25 points. It's neck and neck. Eliza Nelson in Midtown Academy right now with one question to go. Garrison Jones, this one's yours. In chapter 25 of the Total Eclipse of Nestor Lopez, how did Nestor's willingness to allow the Thule Via to succeed most compare to Humala's willingness to allow her to succeed? 1, they were similar. 2, they were identical. 3, they were different. 4, they were opposites. They were opposite. Garrison Jones, how do we know that?
On page 256, in the middle, I brush my palms on my jeans. Wait, I'm not letting her hurt anybody else.
Oh, wait. 256, the middle.
Or bottom-ish middle.
Was it the bottom?
Pretty much.
I'm just trying to catch up with you.
I'm not letting
Okay, I see that. And I'm not letting her hurt
I'm not
anyone else, right?
Yep. I stand back, aching, my hands blood-eyed from the gravel.
Yeah, I'm not going to give that to you. I can't give that to you. But if you go a little bit further on the top of 257, here's what it says. But we can help you, I tell her. We can stop her together. Miss Humala shakes her head. So they had two totally opposite views on this one, and that's what proves it. So no points on that one, and it was interesting to watch these because I saw what happened with with Midtown and Eliza. So I think Eliza won this one, but we'll see. Eliza Nelson had 1,300, and they just beat Midtown Academy by 75 points. But great job, Eliza Nelson, you won it. And you all did great, by the way. I think you all did really great. So great job, all of you. So good job for all of you.
So once again, congratulations to Elisa Nelson. Your team will be receiving a plaque that you'll get to keep in the library there. Also, on your way out, you're going to notice that we have a table of books set out for you, so you can each choose one book to take home with you forever. Okay, so thank you again to everybody. We hope you had fun, and that was a wonderful game to watch. Have a good night.